Hello, and thank you so much for tuning back into Seshat's Wisdom. This is my live, so to speak, section, so you can see the face behind the voice. And also, too, sometimes I just have, again, revelations that come to me that I feel is necessary to share. But again, I feel having this playlist on my channel will help you get a feel for the person behind the wisdom. Anywho, so without anything in particular to discuss, I'll let it come to me. One thing that I find prominent in this day and age is protection, spiritual protection. There's definitely a spiritual warfare going on. All right. You see a lot of strife. You see a lot of struggle going on, stress, things of that nature. And so it's necessary for you to be protecting yourself spiritually because that's what's being attacked. Okay. Energetic wise. And as you know, I'm all for the universal laws. All right. It's the laws that govern the energies of the universe. And so if you're not aware of universal law, then you are going to be in a very delicate predicament where you won't know how to defend yourself. You won't know what's coming after you. And you really won't know how to protect yourself too. Now, what is spiritual warfare really? Off the top, amongst anything, when they say it's a spiritual warfare, it's not a spiritual warfare against you, against anyone particular on this plane. When we're referring to spiritual warfare, it's really talking about the attack on energy. All right. And so when you think about that, attack on energy, meaning trying to siphon your energy, trying to pull your energy without your permission. Okay. Let's see. Pulling energy to feed or nourish something else, some kind of project, some kind of goal for something else that, of course, usually it's sinister. All right. Because if something or someone is taking something from you without your permission, it's safe to assume that it's for a negative purpose. All right. And so when we're talking about spiritual warfare, it's you protecting your own energy because let's face it, you need it for yourself. And so spiritual warfare in the means of when your energy is being siphoned, it means there's less for you. And not just physical, but spiritual. Your energy also denotes to your karmatic abundance, your karma balance. Okay. And so that is also very, very serious. Because if you're depleted of your own energy, then not only do you have to earn it back, which earning karma is a task in itself, but you'll also be depleted of it for your endeavors, for your pursuits. All right. You're being drained or you have a karmatic leak somewhere. And the way you protect yourself, you could do it physically, with stones, things like that. Or you can use prayer. You can ask the angels to protect you in all that you do. Protect your energy, protect you while you sleep, protect your energy in the waking world, and protect you from entities that take advantage of your energy because you are not aware that they're doing what they're doing. And so you're just exposed. This spiritual warfare is also when there's an influx of negative entities trying to draw from the energies illegally or without permission from the waking world. When you're in your physical body, anything that you do on this plane, energetic wise, is magnetized 10 times over. That is why it's suggested, and in a lot of Asian cultures, this is done, that you burn ancestor money. When you burn ancestor money on this side, it multiplies by at least 10 on the spirit side, the spiritual worlds, the heaven realms. And so with that said, when you do anything on this plane, and that in terms of energy means if you're feeling stress, scared, fear, anything like that, It is a sweet essence for negative entities to pull from and do what they want to with it. It is actual currency on their side. It's food, it's substance, it's everything. But again, you're being squeezed, you're being used as some kind of tool. You're squeezed, you're pressured, you're impacted, and it's taking its toll on you and depleting you of your essence, and it's feeding something negative. When it's a spiritual warfare, it means it's an influx of those type of entities amongst others that are even on this plane in the physical form. But it's an influx of negative entities that need to be fed. Their economy. And yes, if you pick up my book, well, you won't physically pick it up yet. It's on my site, Seshat's Wisdom, and I'll leave the links in the description. The Tower of Riches, right now, it is an ebook. When it becomes a physical book, I will let you know. It's important to make sure you have all the physical books that you can get your hands on for the times to come. And that is going to be a part of the prophecy list, because I'm not ignoring my dreams anymore. All right. Those don't just come to me for nothing. And whether or not you take it seriously, it is intuition that I have and I'm sharing. Okay. And so I'm putting that there, and you'll see why it will be important in the upcoming future to have physical books, pens, paper, all that, matches, everything physical. Don't convert everything to digital. All right? But let's move on. Spiritual warfare. You must protect your energy, and not just because it's being siphoned, but because your vibration matters for your temple, which is your physical body. Okay? And so if you are vibrating at a low frequency, you are vulnerable to negative entities and spirits entering you and playing out devious deeds that will ultimately take you down in some form. When I say keep your vibrations high, I mean don't keep it low. Because let's face it, this is the waking world, and we are here for spiritual advancement. And so it's no avoiding trials and tribulations. Some of us go through more than others. But again, it's your spiritual path. And if you understand your astrological chart, I know people, they're like, oh, don't dabble into that. A lot of Christians like to scoff at that. A lot of Christians like to tell you not to dabble into astrology, whatever. That's their prerogative. But it exists. It's there for a reason. Astrology has been used by a number of people, including in politics, on Wall Street, you name it. And it is effective in understanding what you wrote out for yourself on this plane to exact, what you are here to do, what you're supposed to do. All right? And if you understand yourself and you understand your astrological chart, you'll have a way easier time maneuvering your waking world experience, because there's a lot of distraction. And there's a lot of things that will throw you off your path. And unfortunately, when you come into the physical body, you don't remember. You're supposed to, but you don't remember your tasks. All right? In the spirit, you remember everything. But in the body, you have to go in, just like I have my presentation about the worlds within. And you have to unlock certain keys to your past lives, things of that nature. I say that because I do know how to do charts, and it took me a while to learn, but now I understand it thoroughly. I do thorough astrological chart readings, interpretations, and I offer that as well on seshatswisdom.com. It's well worth the investment, but also too, it takes me a whole week to do. I am working on you for a week. I can only do 3 of those a month for now. Okay. All right. I can only do 3 of those. And so unlocking that in you, and also I incorporate additional protection in there in the event that I see in your chart you're going to go through a certain trial. I can offer that. Add that to the package too. You'll need all the help you can get. I offer that astrological chart readings, meaning I actually write up the content. I write up the readings, I write up everything, and then deliver it to you in a package. And again, it takes me a while to do. And because it takes me so long, I'm limited to only doing 3 a month. Okay. I can do back orders as well, but once those slots are filled, they're filled. And it's only one of me, and my time too is limited in that sense. And so definitely it will help you. But aside from that, you'll just have to turn inward and do some meditation and pray to whatever deity you pray to, whether it's JC, whether it's a goddess or God, it doesn't matter, because they are also there to assist you. And of course, the angels. But again, I can get off track here. When I start channeling, it's like a tree branch. As far as spiritual protection, you have to not keep your vibration low. If you dip low, okay, but do not stay there. Do not stay there. You must climb yourself out of it. All right. And how you do that is you have a program for yourself. Only you know your moods and how easy it is for you to get out of funks. Okay. No one can tell you how. Right. And so when you understand how you are, if you deal with stress pretty well, if you don't let things stress you out, or if you're like, no, I do not do stress well, then you understand that you'll need tools to help you get out of that. You'll need your affirmations, waking up, showing gratitude. Gratitude is a universal law. Okay. And it is a true energy that will not only bring you abundance karmatically, but it will also raise your vibration. All right. If you're someone who is sensitive to stress or whatever, you wake up, you do your affirmations, you meditate, you stretch. Okay. Some of us might need a little bit of help. Now, when I say tools, I mean anything, and this might be backwards. I do apologize, but this says mushrooms, daily dose of wisdom. And these are an example. I have a couple of these because I definitely need support in reference to just my affirmations, and just, I love cards like these. Very well decorated. And it helps me to remember all the positive attributes about myself and of the world when I feel that it's heavy. Because I do channel, and because I am spiritually inclined, and because through the spirit world and dream world, I'm able to access knowledge and see things that are necessary to share and to help people elevate. I can also be empathetic to where I'll wake up some days and just like see certain things of the world that brings me down, whether I feel like it's the environment or the animals or the elderly or just the air or just anything. I'm really sensitive to it, and I have so much empathy, and it can bring me down, but I have to remember that I have the power to make change within myself, to control my vibration. I understand that I'm on a plane that things like that will happen, and I have to understand the spiritual world. You know, if I see something that is negative, I understand what the spirit is and understand what really matters, but also to help me get out of it, I have like cool little affirmation cards like these. Like they really inspire me. I love art. I love florals. I love like mushrooms. I have a lot of, like, even the way I decorate my house, I love florals. I love fruits and vegetables. I just think they're really beautiful. And so these cards, like, for example, they have beautiful art, right? And then on the back, it, like, for example, this one says, my life unfolds in proportion to my courage. This one, this too shall pass. Wherever I am there. And I can't show you. You can't read it anyways backwards. Today, I have the courage to be seen. And just, there's so many great affirmations here and quotes, because words have power. I have even more cards upstairs that are really beautiful as well. And again, it helps inspire me. But I'm going to do a video one day, because when you get these affirmation cards, you have to use your intuition on ones that you want to keep. This is the stack from these cards that I choose to read and affirm. But then there's some affirmations here that I choose not to read and affirm because I don't agree with, because intuitively I don't. And so I'm going to, let you know that when you get affirmation cards, the ones you don't agree with, because I'm still keeping these, of course, the art's beautiful, but the ones you don't agree with, you can leave, put to the side, or maybe trade it with someone else, and say, hey, these are the affirmation cards. I don't necessarily agree with these for my particular case. Would you like them? I probably have that kind of swap someday. But for example, I accept that things I cannot control are out of my control. I don't agree with that. Today, I will not tell anyone to calm down. I don't agree with that. Because of you, me, I don't agree with that. Don't take this the wrong way is a non-starter. I don't necessarily know what this is, referring to, but I just didn't get a good feeling from this. I cannot fight gravity, but I can learn how to fall. I don't agree with this. Now, I'm not saying that someone else might not say, you know what? No, I feel it. That's how I feel. No, then that's for you. But again, you don't have to agree with everything. And the art's so beautiful. Look at this. You don't have to agree with everything that is given to you in any form, even if it's supposed to be positive. Use your discernment and customize everything for your betterment. Okay. I don't want this video to be too long. And again, I'll be making occasional channeling videos like this when the urge hits me, because I don't want to be just a voice. I think it's important for you to connect. But I also love presentations. I love sharing metaphysics with you. And right now, I'm just, getting a feel, but it's going to get real. I'm going to start getting real. And some people might not agree with it. Some people might even be offended. And this is crunch time. This is spiritual warfare. I have another presentation coming that may be rustling some religious feathers. And I do not care. All right? Because Seshat's wisdom is going to be shared. And on that note, I'd like to thank you so much for tuning in again to Seshat's Wisdom. Like, comment, and subscribe. And please leave a comment, leave suggestions. If you have a question about anything, I had somebody inquire and I was able to respond while my audience is low. I'll be happy to. See you next time. This is Seshat's Wisdom. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Take care. And thank you again for allowing me to share Seshat's Wisdom. Bye for now.